I'm sorry, guys, about the late upload. I didn't get this one directly out to you guys because I was in the hotel and I didn't have my Jays jersey with me. So I'm like, I'll just do it when I get home. And here we are. Blue Jays have hired their new manager. John Gibbons, as we all know, is no longer the Blue Jays manager. Charlie Montoyo, former Tampa Bay Rays bench coach, is the new skipper for the Toronto Blue Jays, the 13th manager in Blue Jays franchise history. Now, who is Charlie Montoyo? Well, he's 53 years old. He's been in the major leagues as a bench coach in all different aspects of... he's been around the major leagues for 18 years. And that's really good. That is very, very good to hear. Knowing that he has the experience, however, he's never physically managed a ball club in the big league, at the big league level. He did manage the Durham Bulls, the AAA affiliate for the Tampa Bay Rays, for years, and I think he had some record down there for best record and or whatever, but that could just mean talent was good or whatever. But he's got an alright resume. Now, I know we're all talking about Joe Espada and Rocco Baldelli, and I think it's David Bell, and guys like that. Those are the names we've been hearing about, so those are the guys you were expecting. You hear a guy like Charlie Montoyo you've never heard of, and you're like, what is this? First things first, he signed a 3-year contract and with a club option in 2022, so it could possibly be a 4th year if things are going well and they want to extend him through that 4th season. But you guys, you know what? We got to go into this with an open mind, right? This Jays team is not very good. They're not a playoff team. We're watching the World Series right now, and I'm like, are the Jays even close to that? Not really. So it's like, it's going to take some time. Don't judge Charlie Montoyo because you've never heard of the guy. Let him go. Have a break. So this is a quote from Charlie. I love that. I love that. Just calling him Charlie. Uncle Charlie. I love it. I'm extremely honored and humbled to join the Toronto Blue Jays organization. And I'd like to thank Mark and Ross, Shapiro and Atkins, for this amazing opportunity. Managing a team that represents an entire nation is incredibly special. My family and I look forward to working towards the ultimate goal of winning a championship for this city. I also want to recognize the entire Tampa Bay Rays organization for giving me the chance to start my coaching career. So, I mean, he said what he needs to say. He's excited to get a new start here. Look, he's probably getting better pay because he's now a head coach. There you go. Ross Atkins was saying this. Charlie is a highly regarded leader by so many individuals in the game, and we were thoroughly impressed by his experiences and approach as we learned more about him during the interview process. Charlie is passionate about the game with a superior ability to connect and relate. So, when you're talking about players and being able to be good in the locker room, it sounds like he's one of those types of guys. And we are confident he will have an overwhelmingly positive influence on Blue Jays players and staff. On a personal level, I am looking forward to working with him as we continue to build and sustain a championship organization. So, what also I heard about this Charlie Montoyo is that he's a very good analytical coach. And from what we know about the new MLB, that's what it is. A.J. Hinch is a very big one. The Houston Astros head coach, very analytically inclined coach. They won a World Series and got to the ALCS this year. I'm pretty sure Alex Cora and Aaron Boone are among the same type of guys. The Red Sox and Yankees coach, and look at them go, right? So it's like you want those new types of managers in your organization, and for Charlie Montoyo, it's very, very good for the Jays. But you know what? Only time is going to tell to show us if this was actually a good signing or not. If Joe Espada and all those other guys sign somewhere else and they do well there, don't say the Jays made a mistake, because in hindsight, it's the players you put on the field that get the job done. Look at Dave Roberts for the Dodgers this playoff run. He couldn't call anything good in the first couple of games, but he's doing everything he can. His players just aren't bailing him out, right? John Gibbons, why did we like him so much? Well, he brought us to 2 playoffs. Well, I'd say the players did that. I mean, bringing in David Price and Troy Tulowitzki and Ben Revere and Mark Lowe and all those guys at the deadline, that's going to get you into a playoff spot. You know, and Gibbons had a ton more weapons to work with. So you can't really judge Montoyo throughout his tenure with the Jays, but if things go well and he works well with guys and you see players progress and get better under him, that's good to hear. Also, guys, the reason I mentioned him being a head coach of the Durham Bulls and quite a few years in the Rays minor league system, that tells me that he is good with younger players. And he can work with them and help them develop and help them grow. Look, John Gibbons was a great person, a great, coach to be around. That's great. But when it came to actually coaching, I don't know how much he actually did. With Charlie Montoyo, again, we don't really know what we're going to get. We don't really know much about him to this point. But as the winter progresses and then we get into the spring, we'll really get an opportunity to see what he can do at the helm of the Blue Jays. And also, guys, he was a former Montreal Expo, if you guys want to throw that out there. I'm just trying to find something here. Who is this saying this? I don't even know. Okay, cool. But all I know, guys, is that the Tampa Bay Rays have been a great team when it comes to coaching. And Kevin Cash, obviously the Rays manager, had nothing but high praise for Rocco Baldelli, one of the other coaches for the Rays, and... or is he? I don't know if he was, but he had high praise for him and all his other coaches, including Charlie Montoyo. Kevin Cash has proved to me to be a very good manager, obviously taking the Tampa Bay Rays, having no starters this past season, to having a bullpen team, for goodness sakes, and doing as well as they did. So, I don't know if Charlie Montoyo had much to do with that, but only time is going to tell, all right? So now we can all stop talking about manager possibilities. We can stop talking about John Gibbons. We can talk about the past with him. But as for the present, Charlie Montoyo, former Tampa Bay Rays bench coach, is the new Toronto Blue Jays manager. And he will be the manager for at least 3 seasons, unless they terminate his contract or whatever the heck they can do. And with a club option in 2022. So guys, go look him up. Go find some more stuff. Go look at, just do everything you want, any kind of research about him. But really, we want to see the product on the field, all right? And that's when the things are going to get interesting, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys are happy about the signing of Charlie Montoyo as the new manager of the Jays. Hit that like button. I do appreciate that. And subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts of him, or would you have wanted somebody else? Or are you going to give this guy a chance and really, let him play it out and let him see how he does. I want to hear what you guys have to say about everything. And Evan and I will talk to you guys a little bit later on today. Podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys Leafs edition tonight as the Leafs look to get back-to-back wins against the Winnipeg Jets. This time at Scotiabank Arena, 7 o'clock puck drop on Hockey Night in Canada. Next up for the Raptors, they play the Milwaukee Bucks on Monday. 8 p.m. tip-off in Milwaukee. It's going to be a hard game, and I'm hoping some of those guys, Freddie Van Vliet, OG Anunoby, and DeLon Wright, can be healthy for those games. I'm not sure. I don't think DeLon Wright will, but I'm hoping OG wasn't injured. Personal reason. I'm hoping he's back, and I'm hoping Freddie is back, because you need all hands on deck to face a good team in the Milwaukee Bucks. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to hear what you guys have to say about the new manager, and we'll talk to you guys whenever Jays edition, whenever the Jays decide to do anything, we'll be right here talking about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you guys then.